Something doesn't sit well with me regarding Gol D Roger's disease. Why did he have a disease? That is such a huge cop out. Who gave him this disease? What disease was it? Why? What is up, guys? It is yours truly, King Gates. I'm here to give you guys a One Piece theory / discussion on IMU and Gol D Roger and regarding Gol D Roger's disease. Yes. Now, everybody knows the world government is a bunch of assholes. We know this. You know this. The fandom knows this. Everybody knows this. The world government is a bunch of assholes, okay? The Gora say, even more so, are a bunch of assholes. One, because they got the whole entire world thinking they're the ones in power, but really they get on their knees and they talk to somebody else, the leaders of the One Piece universe. But that's not what they truly are, though. They're followers in the One Piece universe. IMU looks to be the actual queen, king of the whole entire One Piece universe, considering IMU was the only one that's actually allowed to sit on the empty throne, even though the empty throne is supposedly supposed to consist of 20 kings never sitting on the throne, symbolizing that there isn't one king, yet we have somebody sitting on the empty throne. So whenever I seen IMU, to me, the possibilities for One Piece just shot up. They skyrocketed. We don't know too much shit in One Piece. We don't really know a lot in One Piece. We know very little in One Piece, and I feel like we're finally starting to know things, whether it is regarding devil fruits and how they're reproduced and all that stuff, or whether we're learning about sword in the world government. There's so much things we do not know, and we're finally getting this information. But I feel like there's something that's really throwing me off, and that's Gol D Roger. Gol D Roger had a disease. We know this because he said this in the manga. He said this in a flashback with Odin. He said, I don't have a lot of time to live. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just want to go about everything. That's one of the main reasons why he wanted to find the One Piece, is because he got to the final island, so he thought, and the log post just went haywire. Like literally haywire. He already had a disease at this time, and he was already facing monsters like escaping from Big Mom at Whole Cake Island, or fighting Whitebeard for like 2 days or some shit like that, or like a couple hours. I'm not sure. Either way it goes, Gol D Roger already had this disease. But my thing, how did Gol D Roger have the disease? What happened per se? I don't necessarily think Gol D Roger somehow just gotten the disease, because it doesn't look like it was a family trait thing, considering Rogue held fucking Ace for 20 freaking months and then she died. So that was really her fault, not to say anything, but like, she didn't necessarily have a disease. Ace was alive. He didn't have a disease. So why did Gol D Roger have a disease? Now, do you remember what MU said? Or not necessarily MU, excuse me, but do you remember when the Gora said, have you decided which light you want us to extinguish from this world? And that pretty much kind of implies that the Gora and MU and pretty much the world government have extinguished a light before. I think one of those lights was O'Hara. We all know, everybody knows, the world government sent a buster call to O'Hara regarding the poneglyphs and knowing too much about the Void Century and all that stuff. And they essentially extinguished a light when it comes to O'Harans. When it came to O'Hara, they extinguished a light. That was literally a light, and they extinguished it. O'Hara is no more. The only person, technically, who can read the poneglyphs, somebody who was actually from O'Hara, was Robin. And guess who saves Robin? Guess who let Robin get away? Jaguar D Saul let Robin get away, and I believe it was Aokiji. Yes, it was Aokiji who said, okay, you know what? Saul, you got to stay here, but Robin, see you later. That's why they had that thing. That's why they call, the world government calls her Devil Child, which to me is nothing but a big, huge sign of just D, considering everything, but Devil Child, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody knows the world government loves to state God's natural enemy is the will of D, pretty much the D family, the D clan. They're God's natural enemy. They're the devils. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we kind of see a little formation. We kind of see a little bit regarding the Gora, regarding IMU, regarding the world government extinguishing a light. Pretty much just making sure this same type of light was never born. And we see Blackbeard, we see Luffy, we see Shirahoshi, and we see, I was going to say Rebecca for a second, but it's not Rebecca, it's Princess Vivi of the Nafadi clan, excuse me, the Nafadi clan. We see all four of them. And again, the Gorosei says, which light do you want us to extinguish first? Or again, or something like that. Again, implying that they have done it before. I truly believe that IMU, the world government, and the Gorosei, of course, but more so, IMU actually killed Gol D Roger, or more like IMU actually gave the disease to Gol D Roger. How? I don't know. But I think, in my opinion, when you put everything together, when you put two and two together, it's too coincidental. I feel like maybe, just maybe, IMU did something and they gave Gol D Roger his disease, which basically rendered and hindered him, which caused them to basically just say, fuck it, like, I'm gonna turn myself in because there's really not much I can do. They're going to essentially kill me. If not, my disease is gonna kill myself. And then that was after fighting the One Piece, they dubbed him the Pirate King. And I'm pretty sure the Pirate King is a light that you need to extinguish. Not so much the Roger's pirate crew, but the Pirate King himself. You need to extinguish that type of light necessarily. You kind of need to extinguish that type of light. And then when you look at the Rogers crew, you look at Shanks, who somehow, or we don't know, okay? Like, somehow has connection to the world government to the point where he can kind of just walk up on the five Gorosei and be like, hey, I need to talk to you about a certain pirate. You know what I'm saying? Period, point blank. Let's talk about a certain pirate. And that's what happens. So Shanks has some type of ties to the world government. Buggy never really necessarily had ties to the world government, but he was a Shichibukai, aka a warlord, for a little bit before that system was abolished. So that was kind of like interesting to kind of see Buggy kind of get his hands dirty with the world government, even though they kind of abolished the system. And that kind of means that Buggy's on his own now, and they're probably actually going to go find and capture him, considering he has a bounty, or his bounty was actually frozen. So then you look at other members of the Rogers crew. You look at Rayleigh, who kind of just wanders, and they don't really fuck with him. He doesn't fuck with them. It's kind of just one of those things where it's just like, you know what? My generation's done. My era died when Gol D Roger died, basically. Or necessarily my era died when Whitebeard died. So I don't really have much to do. And I feel like the world government doesn't necessarily go for people who kind of mind their business. You look at Shanks. They say Shanks is not a person who kind of like is focused to business or starting wars or anything like that. He's kind of like on his own. He wants to do his thing. I feel like that's Rayleigh. I feel like Shaki's kind of like that. You know, she wasn't in the Gol D Rogers crew. I know she was in some type of crew. People were saying like she might be in the Rocks or something like that. Shaki. We don't know much about anything else regarding the Rogers crew. I mean, there's Crocus. I believe there's so many people. I mean, we still haven't seen Scopper Gaban. There's so many people, you know what I'm saying? So these are people who aren't just like wondering. They're just like kind of like in hiding in a sense, or not just really doing anything. So in my opinion, they kind of just had this effect on the Rogers Pirates where they're like, you're not about to start nonsense here or there or whatever. I feel like we see that with Shanks and Buggy because they were young. And two, I don't know if anything would be different, but Shanks and Buggy didn't reach Laugh Tale. They didn't go to Laugh Tale with Gol D Roger and them. So what if the world government knew that, and that's why Shanks remains untouchable, because there's nothing really we can do to Shanks. I mean, he didn't go to Laugh Tale, so he doesn't really know about a lot of stuff. He just has like inside ties with the world government, with the five Gorosei. The five fucking Gorosei. To me, that's crazy. That is really like mind-boggling that he has a major ties with them. Like, I need to know what it is. Are you a D that isn't a D? Are you a celestial dragon? Like, what are you? Are you evil? Are you good? Like, show me. Because anytime people play with the lines of world government and pirate, I can't tell if they're evil or good, because in One Piece, technically pirates are good and world government is evil, but then technically the world government is good and the pirates are evil. I don't know. Too much of all this, okay? It's way too much. Moving on, that's pretty much all I kind of wanted to say regarding about Gol D Roger and the disease, and why I feel like MU extinguished his light, because his light was massive. He had a massive fucking light, which is why when you look at MU, he has Luffy, he has Blackbeard, he has Shirahoshi, he has Vivi. These are all serious dangers to the One Piece universe, more importantly or more directly, the world government. You have Blackbeard, who has 2 devil fruits, never before heard or seen. That's fucking crazy. How he stole it from Whitebeard, who had the Quake fruit and was guarded as one of the strongest devil fruits. Wow. And then you have Luffy, who's pretty much their reincarnation, or has the will of Gol D Roger. And now they're talking about he's a reincarnation of Joy Boy, which is crazy to me. I wouldn't go as far as say that, but Luffy has that stature, going to Yonko's territories and fighting all this. So he's attracting that, first off, unwanted attention, but he's attracting that attention from the world government. So MU sees Luffy as another light that he needs to extinguish. Then you have Shirahoshi. We already know who Shirahoshi is. We already know. Poseidon, okay? Poseidon. That's who Shirahoshi is. Poseidon. And then you have Princess Vivi, a part of the Natafati clan, okay? Alabasta, one of the only clans, if not the only clan, I believe, to not go up to the surface and remained with themselves at Alabasta. They didn't want to go and be with the 20 Kings and all that stuff. So, to me, that just shows me Princess Vivi is a light that she needs to extinguish. When you look at all of that, and you look at the O'Hara incident, and then you look at other little stuff here and there, to me, I'll put 2 and 2 together. I truly feel like MU in the world government, more directly the 5 Gorosei, I want to say 5 Kage for some reason. That was crazy, 5 Kage. The 5 Gorosei and MU, I believe the light that they extinguished before was Gol D Roger. They gave him a disease because it's too convenient. Way too convenient. And I feel like when we get a flashback of Gol D Roger, when we get a flashback of Gol D Roger in his past regarding Rogue and all that stuff, I feel like we're going to see something. And I don't think everything's going to be all sugar spice and everything's nice. I don't think that. I think we're going to find something that's really crazy. And it might be something regarding MU, because do you think that Gol D Roger doesn't know MU's there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is there a way that Gol D Roger came face to face with MU? Did MU actually come in this era of time? Is MU the one who has the time devil fruit? Like, there's so many questions that have yet to be revealed to us. But I feel like if you put 2 and 2 together, you can be like, yeah, maybe, just maybe Gol D Roger did have the disease, but it was given, or it was somehow implanted or whatever by the world government, by the 5 Gorosei, by MU. It makes sense. It really does make sense, because Gol D Roger, right after he finds the One Piece, he kind of rushed it, so he doesn't really care about necessarily dying. But what if he didn't necessarily have to die? What if he was like Rayleigh? He could have actually been a pushing force. He could have been an actual pushing force for the Straw Hat crew, for Luffy, for whatever. But instead, he just had a smile on his face, walked on off, and he died. He died. That's crazy to me. That's very crazy. So that's pretty much it for this One Piece theory. I am so sorry. I just looked at the time. It looked like it's going on like almost 15 minutes. Whoa. I didn't know we was going to be talking that long. That's why I kind of said, like, this is a discussion video / theory video. Just let me know what you guys think. Do you think MU and the 5 Gorosei had something to do with Gol D Roger's disease? Or is it not a disease? You know what I'm saying? Or not necessarily not a disease, or do you think they never had nothing to do with it? Because you see Crocus kind of like maintained the disease for a little while before it got too bad and Gol D Roger turned himself in and so on and so forth. I understand the disease is serious. The disease is real. We understand that. But how? Why? And why so long? You know what I'm saying? What type of disease is it? Did somebody give him the disease? I don't know. I understand that that's like the biggest thing for me. Like, how do you give somebody a disease without it being like sexual or whatever? I feel like there's so many ways. First off, Oda doesn't skip out on details. In my opinion, you can't just talk about Gol D Roger's disease without showing us or telling us how he got the disease or why he got the disease or who gave him that disease or where does it come from. Is it a lineage thing? Like, we need to know everything. Literal answers. Literal answers. We would like to know that, okay? But that's pretty much it for this video. As I said before, this is Gol D Roger and his disease and why I feel like IMU and the 5 Gorosei has something to do with it. They plotted against my boy, the Gol D Roger, the Pirate King. They plotted. Or maybe since they're the ones who gave the title of Pirate King to Gol D Roger just to knock him off, I wonder if that was planned. You never know. One Piece is always about like the planning, the details, the foreshadowing. There's a lot of details that go against, not necessarily go against, but go with Gol D Roger and his disease and all that stuff. So again, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know what you guys think. And yeah, until then, I don't know.